I decided to make a cooking show about people's favorite dishes, and this first episode is about my family. Ooh. What is this? Is this a Malbec?
It isn't. This is actually a Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. Oh. Perfect. Wine. I think what I'm looking forward the most to shooting this and feeding my family their favorite food is the ability to just give back in a way that I can. And, the smaller way that I'm going to do it is to cook their favorite meals and hear what they have to say about my cooking, whether it's good or bad. But the idea is that I'm going to cook something they like and hopefully they can enjoy it. And I'm really excited just to hear their comments on how this is going to taste. I mean, there's a couple of dishes that I'm a little worried about, but I think we'll do okay. And some of the ingredients are good and not as complicated as I think they are. And it's just going to be interesting to see how it turns out and how their palate takes to it. This dinner is very important to me because it's, number one, I'm feeding my family. I'm turning 33 this weekend. And a lot of my other birthdays prior were of me going solo and traveling on my own and doing things by myself, for myself. As I've gotten older, I've realized the importance of family, and with everything that's going on in the world, with the pandemic, you tend to want to be around people you love, and I love my family, so I want to feed them. I want to give them mana. I want to give them spirit, and I want to understand what makes the food that they eat. I want to understand what makes it their favorite food. So my sisters, we have an interesting relationship, and I think each one of our relationships, my older sister and my sister, has developed over time, and it's gotten stronger. Not without any faults. We've all, I'm pretty sure with any family member, from anybody, we've all had our ups and downs, but it's up now, and it's going to be up, and it's going to stay up, and I think we should share food to make it even more up. My father, my hero, I want to see what he has this really great food, this really great dish, pork belly. What's his story? Why pork belly? I mean, we're Filipino, so I understand a little bit why, but maybe there's a cool story that I could hear or get out of him. My mom, she wants something simple, an eggplant. So we're gonna cook her eggplant and we're gonna hear a story. My brother-in-law, he likes carbonara, like my younger sister. So I think he was talking about something with his mother. Makes sense. And my little sister wants carbonara too. I don't know why she wants carbonara also, but we're gonna find out. My oldest sister, she's a bit of a baker. So she wanted buttered toffee. That's gonna be fun to cook. I am not a chef. I'm a cook. I'm an easy cook. So it's gonna be interesting cooking these things and finding out what they like.
Neil is my brother. I'm the oldest one. We're just a year apart. So when we were young, we were very close. Not recently, but before in the past, we weren't so close. I think that's from the age, like so close to the age, but now we've gotten much closer, which is great. It's nice. So I chose sticky toffee pudding. It's one of my favorite desserts. When it was one of my husband and I's anniversaries, we always would go to Egan & Sons in Montclair, and we'd get the sticky toffee pudding. It was the 8th year anniversary, and we had a dessert, and afterwards he proposed to me. And so it's always been one of my favorites.
With the dish that
For the dessert, it's a little bit different from other desserts that you usually have. You know, it's not a cookie, it's not like a cake. I think that comes from the dates, so it's just a little bit of a different sweetness. And that's what I like about it. And plus ice cream. How do food connect people? I mean, everybody has to eat. I love that it's generational with you learn recipes from your mom, your grandmother, you know, and it's passed down. You get different cultures, and sometimes it's a fusion, and it's new flavors that you may not necessarily have realized that could have been. So I think, you know, it's just kind of a universal thing. How would I like them to remember the dish? Like comforting, you know, it should be served warm. And so it's kind of like apple pie or like, hot chocolate or something where you're just comforted by it. I think of it as like a winter kind of dessert, even though it may not necessarily be it, but I enjoy it like that. You know, it's like with cooking, you try out different things, and if it doesn't necessarily work out the first time, you keep trying until it's something you like and not necessarily be what the recipe says.
Well, then I know Neil because he's my brother-in-law. My favorite food is carbonara, but Nikki already took that. So I said garlic bread because it complements carbonara so well. Garlic bread, my grandfather always used to eat garlic bread with pretty much every meal, so garlic bread reminds me of him. I think Neil, very much like his dad and his older sister, can become what he wants to when he pours himself into a project. So I'm happy that he's, finding something that he's good at and also that seems to make him happy. He's driven, and he also, he's grown, since I've met him, he's grown in his ability to take risks. Well, everybody eats, so food is what brings us all together, through culture and through differences in culture, but commonality in ingredients. So it's kind of like what binds everybody. My favorite was the carbonara, and my least favorite was the taste on the carbonara was pretty close to what I remember my mom making me. So that was pretty nice. The pancetta really brought out the umami flavor of the pig.
Neil's my older brother. I never call him Neil, I always call him Kuya, and it feels weird to say that. Yeah, he's my big brother.
What's your favorite food and why?
It's carbonara. Joe and I share that, but I picked it first. But I think he's liked it longer than me, so I like carbonara, and it's my favorite recently because during the quarantine, I started watching the show on YouTube, Joshua Wiseman, and he taught me how to make pasta from scratch, and then I kept making it. So there was like hangers, I would roll them out. I would roll out the dough and cut it by hand, and there would be hangers of pasta drying all over the kitchen. And then from there, I started making carbonara, and I love it. Carbonara is so carbonara is so easy to mess up, but the ingredients are so simple. That's why I'm super impressed tonight with the carbonara with chef's kiss.
What do you think about this project?
I think it's cool. I feel like my brother, I see him in bits and pieces through the week. And like it's always hilarious when we see each other and like catch up at night. But like sometimes I don't see him for a couple days, so he'll always keep me updated on like his projects, personal projects, or like his goals. And it's kind of like, okay, I know he's got this project coming up, but then they go by really fast, and it's like, oh my god, they're here already. And kind of just like how he changed, or he's transitioning into this career. I feel like he's always been talking about filmmaking and like editing and things like that, or like sometimes he'll be telling me he's working on a new course, like learning how to do color. I don't even know colorizing, being a colorist, but like I always know that he's doing something, but then it just happened so fast, and then suddenly he's super successful in it. So this project was really cool. It's like it came to life all of a sudden. You guys are awesome.
Give us some insight on Neil.
Some insight. So I feel like the theme with everyone tonight is they're all saying how he could be abrasive at first. I think he's very passionate, and let's see. I feel like he's super passionate and has a lot of energy and wants so much to help people and give his all to help them all at once. So he can come off intense, but the intensity is from his passion. I think food connects people because I feel like there's nothing as fun as like sharing flavors and just like, I don't know, just sitting with your loved ones or getting to know someone or being with your friends and getting to share flavors together. I think that's awesome, and it's fun, and it's universal. I think it's important because it's like sharing a favorite song. It's just like one of your senses, and it's such a powerful, food and flavor is such a powerful sense. How could you not share it with your loved ones? It's so special, and it's kind of funny to like share it with someone and then maybe they like it, or when they don't like it, it's funny. It's fun and it's funny.
Okay, talk a little bit louder. I love your cooking. And washing the dishes. What did you cook? Did you cook? No. I'm the most important part of his life. I thought so. Now, my name is Laila. I'm Renil's mother, the only mother. One of my favorite food is the eggplant, but I'm sorry. But I told Renil he can cook eggplant for me because I thought it's the easiest thing that he can cook, and I love him so much. That's why I told him. But I think it's a little bit too salty, and probably everybody will say that's the least thing. Sorry, Neil. Love you. When was the first time? Actually, when I was younger, I don't like vegetables, but eggplant, I like it. So my mom usually cook us eggplant, but it's a different way. She put egg, scrambled egg, and then the eggplant will be grilled first, and then fry it. Yeah, but anything with eggplant is okay. It's good with me. This project, I was surprised when he said. I thought he was just kidding, but it was kind of different, but it's good. It's really good. It's very what do you call this? It makes me proud of him. You know, he has a different project, and it's a little bit better than the other one, but it's higher. It's moving up. Very good. Renil, he talks a lot, first of all, but the real thing is when he has something in mind and his goals, he will do it. No matter what, he will do it. He's a goal-oriented person. If he says he's gonna do it, he will do it. And then if next year I will do this, he will do it. He's really like that. He's good. And then what else? He talks too much. That's all. But when he says something to you, when I go to him, said, Neil, I have a problem or I have an issue. So what can you say? Sometimes he will tell you like straight to the point. Sometimes at first he will tell you, you will feel like, wait a minute, he's telling me that? How dare you? But after a while, when you're by yourself, you will think about it, and then you say, he got a point, and I'll try it, and then you know what, he got a point to you. Yeah, it's true. But the way he said it's like straight to the point and makes you feel bad right away. And then I can see myself from him. Yeah, so, but food, like for example today, we usually have different times at home because of our work, the schedule. But like now when we're eating together because of the food, we're all together talking, happy, telling experiences, the old things and new things, and you know, it's fun. It's very fun. I like that. I love that. That's why earlier when I was talking to them, I told them, oh, everybody's here, and I love it, and I love you all guys.
Well, how do I know Neil? I'm Rene, I'm Neil's dad, so that's how I know Neil.
What's your favorite food and why?
It's roast pork. Roast pork is part of the Philippine culture. Normally, it's the entire pig that they roast. Right? Think of it as like a turkey for Thanksgiving. So every gathering, it's there, and so it reminds me of childhood, happy memories. So every time I have it, it brings me back to happy times. Filipino, whenever there's gathering, expect to see pork, like roast pork in particular, especially Christmas time, birthdays. So, probably, as far as my first memory, it's already there. They'll always doing something new, right? So this is totally different way from him. I would say like 360 degrees. He normally has something with health, physical. He's a physical therapist. He's also do bodybuilding. So it's always physical, and then when he's doing this one, I was surprised, and to see him, put his energy into it, and seeing you guys doing this, I'm surprised. I mean that how far he has been, right, in doing this. So very impressive. Food, I think it gathers people, right? It nourishes the body, but also the soul, because when there's gathering, there's the interaction between people, right? And it relieves, it makes you happy, and so it relieves stress, right? So, yeah. I think it relaxes me because it takes away the noise, I would say, right? To concentrate on what you're cooking. Because after all, you want to share that one. So you're cooking with your heart in it. As they said, with love, right? So it relaxes me, and it's a way to share.
Food brings people together. Food really does. And I mean, how many times have we all just been at a table with people we love, and you're just sharing time? But the one thing that slows down time is love. And I think the easiest way to invoke love is through food. Food can bring back a lot of memories, whether it's good or bad. And I think how we place it in life is how it's going to affect us. You know what's funny? Growing up, we had a full house. There was always around 6 of us in the house, on a 3-bedroom house. And even though there was a lot of us, I guess you always tried to fight for your own independence in a very heavy household. And as a young kid, I didn't really get to know my sisters or or my parents I got to know very well, but I didn't get to know my sisters as much as I'd like to because you're fighting for independence, so you don't really hang out with them as much, which is funny because I had a very full household. And every time that I could spend time with them, I always tended to go off on my own and be independent. Now, as I'm older, I crave it. I crave being with the people I love, and it's a different chapter. It's a different time, and I'd like to really just spend time with them, eat their food that I might or might not do well cooking on, but I'd like to get to know them deeper. And I think that's what I'm most excited about is just sharing a meal, sharing a goddamn meal and enjoying it with the people I love and watching them laugh or be impressed with how good this is gonna taste. So, just how I want to share how good they are and how good they've been to me in relation to my life, not the world. Just how in my universe they've been there through some hard times, and there's been hard times, and I want to, I guess with the idea of the word share, I want to just give back to them, because could not have done anything in my life without them. Oh man, I want someone to feel that that I'm taking care of them. I want someone to feel when I cook for them that I care. I'd want the person I cook for, the people that I cook for, to know that that they are special because I'm taking the time out of my day, because I value my time, and whoever I'm cooking for, I want them to know that I value them. And food is going to be my little way of saying thank you. I'm starting to explore flavors in food that I really am starting to enjoy. And I think food to me is personality. I think it's spirit. I think the Hawaiians call it like mana.
Yeah.
There's something great about who you are. And the cool thing is there's so many different styles of food. I mean, it's always shown in TV and on other documentaries that food is like, it's culture.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like anything more than culture? And I think you can learn a lot from people. I think mana in food is the essence of food and what it means. So I think essence to me is, there's a bit of a spirituality in what the food makes you feel. And I think also the energy it gives to you, the strength it gives to you, the sustenance it gives to you, the ability to make you happy when you're sad, to make you sad when you're happy. I think that's what the mana of the food is. We're not in a 5-star restaurant, guys. I'm not a Michelin star chef. I'm not a chef. I'm a cook. I think we're all cooks if we try. And I think the best thing is that we can mix whatever the hell we want. We can pair a steak with a white wine. We can pair vanilla with maybe something weird. I don't know what it would be. I can eat pastas, doodles, if I so choose. And then I can mix it in with eggplants and toffee butter. So I think at the end of the day is just good food with good people. And that's what's pretty cool about this show, is that we're just showing humanity and who we are and what we eat.